Hello to you all. The intention of this screencast is to give you some information on the submission guidelines and the formatting for the end of year project in Module 5. This information is relevant for all three sites, Dublin, Bahrain and Penang. So what I'm going to cover now is some of the important dates in this project, how to format the abstract, how to format your references, and then uploading and managing the files at the final submission. This project is slightly different to the PAIR project in that there's a lot of guidelines to follow, specific information that you need to be aware of, and if you don't follow the guidelines you're going to be penalised for not following them. So lots of easy marks to get, but then obviously lots of easy marks to lose if you don't pay attention to the guidelines. So I would encourage you to familiarise yourself with these guidelines while you can. So the timelines around this, basically during your end of semester exams and end of semester 1 exams, there's a couple of days where you're free, you don't have any written exams as such, and on those days we'll hold the presentations in the relevant college. So you'll be given an instruction to turn up at a certain time on those days, and it will, in total it should take about 2 hours or thereabouts. You'll be in the room with your colleagues presenting and taking questions, but you're actually only speaking for 8 minutes with 2 minutes of questions. So more of that detail will come, but you're heading towards producing this for me around the 10th or 12th of January, but I'm going to have to look into that specifically. So you need to get working with each other fairly quickly. And on that note, if people are late or there's an issue, if people are late and I don't have a valid issue, you'll lose marks. So the submission deadlines have to be strictly enforced because I have so many submissions to read and collate and review. So a big part of this presentation is that you're going to produce an abstract. This is a document where you will list details of your project, a synopsis, and list references. Now there's guidelines on exactly how to do this in Moodle, and you're getting them now also in this screencast, and the abstract itself is available as a template, a Microsoft Word document. You literally download it, change the or edit the text therein or add your text, and then that becomes your abstract. And again, if you don't do that properly, marks will be lost. So for example, in the abstract we want a specific font size, font type and formatting. There's a limit on, there's a word count limit in certain parts of it, and we want references formatted in a specific way. We also want you to list references of your images. More on that in a minute. So here's a screen grab of that, the Microsoft Word template, which you're going to use for your abstract. And anywhere you see an arrow here, you've got to do something. So there will be your project number, which you'll get when I publish the completed timetable. Which college are you in? Delete the 2 you're not in, and then you can see names and numbers, student ID numbers for you and your partner. And you can see that these go, I'll move them now actually, on this side of the form. So fill them in properly, and then project description, 200 words, no more, and then references. And I'll show you how to format them now. So the references look something like this. Now again, there's a set of guidelines in Moodle about how to write these references. Text references look a certain way, and image references look a certain way. So it's specific information about a website or a journal article or a book, when you looked at it, and where it can be sourced if needs be. So all your references should follow that format. Relatively straightforward. It's just you have to pay attention to detail in it. That's the issue. So you say you reference 1, reference 2, and on you go. And then what happens is we want you to reference them in PowerPoint. So if I'm looking at this screen and this is your presentation, I see that this piece of information here is referenced as 2, as is this. So I then can assume or know that when I look at your list of references, it comes from that site. So we want you to add, as you go along, make sure that the references are clearly marked. Now it's a very simple matter to put them into PowerPoint. Let's say I wanted to put the reference number 7 there. I'll type the number 7, and then I need to superscript that and it's an issue of formatting the font. This is very straightforward to do. You see superscript there, and you can see it's changing on screen, and there is reference number 7. So that's really important. As if I were to be looking at this as an examiner, I can see, oh yeah, well that's reference 7, and I can flip back and see where that information came from. So pay attention, it's very, very important. Also, within the presentation, you're going to reference the images. So under every image, I want you to write something like image ref number 4. And again, if I'm looking at that, I wonder where they got that logo or that X-ray or whatever it might be, I can go back to your list of references in the abstract and at the end of your PowerPoint presentation, and I can source that and look at it, and I know where it's come from. So basically, you're making sure that all your information, it's obvious where it's come from. So that's probably one of the big differences between this and the group project. So then, as you're coming towards uploading, you will be given a project number, as I said, and I'm going to publish those in the timetable. So MUB 09 or CSI 09, you get the idea. Bahrain, Dublin, Penang, and that will be your project number. So all your files need to be named using this convention here. So if you're using a movie, let's say, for example, put the 2 files into the folder, call it your project number and your location underscore project number, and then make sure the movie file works, and then zip this folder, and it will be called MUB underscore 33.zip, and upload that to Moodle. So when you are uploading files, here's 2 examples. I'm finished, let's say, or myself and my partner are finished. We just have a PowerPoint file and a Word file. So we're in project number 9 in MUB. So MUB underscore 9, PowerPoint MUB underscore 9 doc. So the PowerPoint and Word file, presentation and abstract. And then here from the previous screen, as you say, this is a zipped file here. So that's probably has a movie and an animation in it, and the abstract. So this is really crucial for me to get right, for you to do, because I'm going to have about 200 presentations and abstracts that need to be ordered and need to be worked out in advance. So please follow this convention. It makes it very difficult. If you don't follow that convention, you lose marks. So before you finish up, it might be worth your while looking at a checklist and ask yourself, is the abstract correctly formatted? Are the fields filled? Are the references correctly formatted? And then in the PowerPoint file, is the title slide correctly formatted? And what we want there is your names, yourself and your partner, your project number, project title, and your number. So it would be just 2 names, whatever the project is, and its number. So we know exactly who you are and what you're saying, and we can refer to the abstract by its number while you're speaking. So very much we need to have things lined up properly. And in all cases, make sure the references are formatted as per the guidelines, because you must put them in the abstract and then put them on the last couple of slides as well in PowerPoint. And as I said before, it's crucial for me that you name all the files correctly. So really, these are the things that will lose you marks, and you need to pay particular attention to them. If you don't, you're going to lose the marks, which would be a pity, because in my view they're easy to pick up. And then finally, to get going on this, they're going to upload these files now. It's Friday lunchtime, and I'll post a notice in the forum which should draw you together, and then be conscious of the deadlines. And I'm going to turn off the group discussion forum now, and we'll just concentrate on the general discussion forum. And I want to wish you the very best of luck, and thank you for listening. And you know where to get me. Email me directly if it's a really serious problem or you don't want to talk out loud on the forum. Otherwise, please, everything into the forum. Thanks very much.